Welcome to 86, everybody. 86 this is Jim. My name is Jim Casio. I'm here with the staff from Meetball Place. Let's hear it, guys. We have Patchogue, Meetball Place. We have also Farmingdale in the house. We have Mare to my right. Mare, if you want to introduce yourself to everybody here on the 86 This podcast.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Mare. I'm from Patchogue, and I'm a Virgo, and I like long walks on the beach.
And to her right is Diana Martin. She's the beverage manager over in Farmingdale. Say hi to everybody.
What's up, guys?
They're seeing you for the first time.
I know. I'm very nervous. I'm excited.
Mr. Steven
Hello.
DeLuca, everybody. We're happy to have you.
Hello, I'm also Virgo. I don't like to walk, so that's good.
Steven, what do you do at Farmingdale?
Works and nothing. And nothing.
And everybody loves him. Everybody wants to be him. Frank Henderson, my guy, right there. Everybody knows him. He's a big disruption to the podcast, but we love him. Tom Fazio right here, the executive chef for the Patchogue location in Farmingdale Meetball Places. Tom, how are you?
Happy to be here. Happy to help you,
We're
Jim. Happy
so
to be part
good.
with the great team that we have at Meetball Place. So, guys, listen, Steven, Diana, Mare, Jim, happy to be a part of this as we go.
This is awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here.
So
And again, everybody's seen him on podcasts in the past. Tom Graf is here. Tommy, how's it going?
I'm back in, and I brought a companion over there.
You're back in New York room?
Yeah, we're back in it. Back in it.
Ruby's here also.
We're in it.
Hi,
To win it.
Ruby.
I'm definitely happy to be here. We were a little late.
No, it's all right. You know what?
You know.
And you probably, if anybody saw the Long Island Lifestyles, the commercials and things that you put out,
Yeah.
Ruby is in some of them.
Yeah. She's she's the face of the company. But we were a little late, and
It's all right.
as we're always late. to
Nobody,
work.
but nobody knows you're
How many
late
people
because
go
this
to,
is
to
taped.
work late
Can I tell you
at the
something?
restaurant? It's like
I'm
if I
15
came
minutes
here
late
on
every
time,
day.
you would have been like, you wouldn't have been ready anyway.
Tom, can I tell you something? As a
Yeah.
recently single man, you just yelling the word late is really just, it's confusing me. I'm concerned with a lot
We
of
might have,
things.
we might have to seat you over by the hockey machine or whatever the hell that thing is over there.
There's two things: you're late to
Air
work,
hockey.
or you have a late.
No, keep going.
Well,
No.
anybody who doesn't know Tom,
Yeah.
Tom has a wonderful clothing line called Long Island Lifestyles, which I love it. I mean, you know, I buy it all the time,
Yeah.
so it's awesome
Yeah.
stuff. And he's wearing it, which is kind of cool. It's kind of very trendy, very for the younger crowd. Again, I would have worn it tonight, but I don't do it justice. He's also got a great publication coming out. Why don't you tell everybody about your little publication coming out, which we're all very excited about.
No, yeah, cool. So it's it's a little long. It's Our Island Life magazine. We're gonna launch that hopefully June 1st. Might push into July, so right on time for I guess Q2 for the most part.
And what's really nice about it is we're going to be on the cover of his first magazine, right?
We're gonna get.
Woohoo!
Yes.
That's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like.
Yeah, probably not.
No, we're gonna do something.
Oh.
100%.
Well, thank you guys all for being here. I'm so excited. We've been building this up at the Meetball Place, everybody coming here. And you know what? I'm going to hammer you guys with a couple of questions and put you on the spot. But you know what? It's all fun.
I'm ready to go.
What's really nice, but what's really nice about what we do here is that we give a whole bunch of different perspectives of different parts of the hospitality business. So not only do we give the management perspective, the employee's perspective, or the consumer, we kind of give it that we now have our employees in place, and we're happy to have Mare. Thank you for taking the trip down here. But my question to you guys right now is, so you deal with this wonderful business that we do every day and during the time that we're doing it. So if you're going out to dinner, and what's your criteria for going out to dinner? Knowing what you know, because you know the backbones of how operations go. What would be your criteria for like, hey, I'm going out to this place tonight? Would it be I'm going out for drinks just because I love the bartender there? I'm going out to drinks because it's a cool place to hang out? Is it because you are familiar with the place? What's your criteria for going out to places like that?
I think it depends on the mood that we're in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I know you go to a lot of local places, and everybody should, try to help out their local places and things like that. But if you're going out to a restaurant, is there something that would pop into your head and say, this is why I'm going to that restaurant?
Sometimes it's the bartender, sometimes it's the service. Depends on what it is. I mean, sometimes you just want to try a new place. Dan and I went out the other day. We spent $800. Our dinner was $800.
We ordered one of everything off the menu and 4 bottles of
You
wine.
guys are making way too much money.
No.
Holy
We went right on the Amex.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, where'd you go?
When we left the other day, 110 in Farmingdale on 110.
Oh, yeah.
Where we left?
Wow, $800. How many were you?
It was like 780.
There was 4
Was it
of us.
800?
They were nice. That's
Nice.
a great, let me tell you,
getting
that's
after it.
that's a great night out.
We had
Oh,
a bottle of
say,
wine
you
each, a
guys
few
trying to-
martinis. Sorry.
Couple drinks. It was a situation.
that's it.
Went
That's
to Dark Horse after. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fun.
Well, guys, thanks for the invite.
Well, they wanted to have fun, Tom. Wanted to have a little fun.
It was a time.
But no, because I think that's important because everybody decides. I had an experience in Patchogue, which I'm not going to bring up because we are going to review places eventually. But I'm not going to bring it up because we have some Patchogue, the Patchogue Meetball Place here. I'm going to bring it up next week. Next week I'm bringing it up. I'm pissed. I'm pissed about my experience, but I don't get a lot of time out, because we're either working or we just don't have the right time schedule. So it's very important when we go out that we go to the right place.
Right.
And I know dealing with the crowds, and I know I'm a little different because I'm older, that I like to go to a little more quiet place, and I like to go where there's not a lot of people. And unfortunately, that's the places that I kind of like the most.
Right.
So Tom, how about yourself?
For me, it's all about perception of value, and that's a big.
So you
part-
want to go to a cheap place? I'm just joking, Tom. I'm just joking. That has a lot of food. Yeah, $10. Just give me a plate of food.
So here it is. You're just gonna tackle on the fat guy. I got that. That's fine. That's an easy target on the table.
Oh, it has nothing to do with that. Because I'm the one to speak.
So again, for me, and I know I promote this a lot with the staff. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a $120 steak. I don't care if it's a $10 meal where you're having a hot dog and finish and 2 Sprites because again I am fat. But when you find value in the meal that you have, that's the most important thing for me in my dining experience. I don't care if it's $10 or $120. I want all of what I pay for. I want to feel valued for it.
All right. So now when you go out, you kind of do a little research before you're going out and check out. I'm the same way. Listen, I want to know where I'm going. I want to know what I'm paying. I want to make sure it's a good place. I want to see the reviews. I want to see. Now, how do you feel about reviews? Like, Yelp, right? Because that's predominantly where everybody goes. And now, we had talked about it on our last episode about how our staff tried to do the right thing with an issue, and they were yelping at the table. Now, do you go, if you're looking for a restaurant that you're going to go to, do you go to Yelp? Do you go to TripAdvisor? Where do you go?
I go on Instagram.
I can guarantee you right now, you, Jim, knowing you, none of us go on Yelp and drop a review. There's not a
Never.
single person at this table who's done that.
Not one time in my life.
Right. No,
Never.
and when I heard about the review that was happening on Yelp, I didn't even look at it. It was like, there's no need to even
No,
look at it.
because listen, at the end of the day, I'll look maybe to see if people say, "Oh, the food was great," and da-da-da-da. There's a certain genre, sector of people that are gonna write Yelp reviews. Not everyone's writing Yelp reviews. Certain people are writing Yelp reviews. Go out of your way. I've gone to places, the service was terrible, the food was horrendous. And I
But would
just
you
went
write
back. I went home.
you write a review?
No.
Just don't do that.
No, why would I do that?
I'll tell you right now, the big problem with Yelp reviews is we're dealing with extremes. We deal
Right.
with 1s and 5s. If they wanted to come up with some sort of segment where we could define restaurant values by 2, 3s, and 4s, I would be a lot more on board with that. But we sit there all the time going, okay, well, we're 5, 5, 5, 5, 5
Mhm.
people who like us, and all of a sudden it's the 1 from whether
Yeah.
it's some asshole who doesn't like us or,
Yeah.
or someone who's
It's
got
mostly
some
an
other
asshole.
agenda.
That's mostly an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It's always some extreme issues.
90-something% of the time.
Outliers.
I think we're human, right? So you go to a restaurant and if you go to a restaurant and you have a bad experience, right? We're normal. So if you go out and you have a horrible experience and you write about it, well, everyone has a bad experience.
Absolutely.
So why would you?
I love
Why
that
would you-
so much.
Why would you try to ruin a business because you had one bad experience?
Great
And
point.
people don't understand that 90% of the people that write bad reviews don't even confront management while they're there to let the restaurant do the right thing to fix anything that went wrong. Because
Correct.
they're hiding behind social
Correct.
media, which is cowardly. It's
Absolutely.
cowardly. If you have a problem
Great
with something, contact management. I guarantee you, if it's a reputable restaurant, they will do the right thing, like 100% of the time.
And how do you feel about people announcing they're going to do it? Like they're in front of your face,
Give me a
and
break.
they're doing
That's
it
how I
right.
feel.
Yeah, they're doing it right
The
there.
ones
at
that
that
announce it are only looking for something for free.
Exactly.
100%.
And there
Yep.
are career people that
That's
do it.
yes.
Oh, no,
That's
yes.
what they
absolutely.
do.
That's what we talked about
the game
last
for
week.
them.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
what they do.
And it's sad. It's sad because why hide behind anything?
No, and you know what we're going to be doing in the near future is, you got the Peter Wells on Eater, you got Peter Giannotti, you got, people who can close restaurants. Like especially Peter Wells in New York City, he can close restaurants by his review. And we're going to try to do constructive, like kind of like with, who was the person from the woman from Newsday a couple of years back? But
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because Peter Wells gave a scathing review of Luger Steakhouse.
yes.
1-star review of this monument to what New York City is supposed to be about. It actually backfired on him to a certain degree because you saw this big pushback.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It was
Oh,
crazy
yeah,
to
yeah.
see how people responded to this bad review from Peter Wells. And Peter Luger Steakhouse actually went up 10% in business
Yeah.
year over
Yeah.
because of the review that he dropped.
Yeah.
So,
It's like
But he-
No
But
publicity is bad publicity.
correct.
Yeah, but he has that gold in hand that could really close you down, and I think it's so unacceptable in our time to be able to have that kind of. How do you get that kind of power if you've never been in this business before?
But I think
And
that
it's amazing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Joe.
No, go ahead.
I think at this point that power is starting to waver because there's so much voice out there. We have
Yeah.
so many different people who review the properties that we're dealing with, and it's not just these 5, 6, 7 food writers who are taking advantage of doing that entire thing for the publication. We have so much social media, we have
Right.
so much information out there
Right.
right now that power is starting to be taken away
No,
from
absolutely.
people.
And you bring up social media. It's also brought a whole nother wave of the way we have to conduct ourselves because somebody's going to be on social media watching us every single second of the day. But what we're going to do here on 86 This when we start reviewing places, we're trying to help them, not condemn
bash them.
them.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's just I just don't get it. Although, listen, we've all been to places we want to condemn. We've all been there. We all did that. But I mean, is it really that bare at this juncture of what we're trying to do, and especially where we have been the past year? I mean, come on.
Listen, I hate to count down the room, but every single person at this table has made a mistake in service. I know
I don't know about me.
You know,
Just,
you know what, Tom? I
Never.
agree with you. Everyone makes mistakes. I would love just one time to be able to answer a negative review with, "Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that you're a perfect person. Can I please have your autograph? I didn't know that you're perfect, and I want to know you because no one's perfect. Like
No.
why are we held at such?
No, and you know what's happening now is that we're all becoming, and I don't know if anybody's feeling it, and you guys would probably be able to answer this better than anybody, is that the harassment that people are getting now because of short staff, not everybody staffed properly, and we went over it in our last episode also, but here we got some frontline workers who are right in the mix. Do you have people what are you dealing with as far as the customer goes right now? And Kelsey, feel free to respond in the
I
background.
would love to.
Kelsey just arrived, everybody, who also works in Farmingdale, Meetball Place, because across the country, people are facing this it's not harassment, but this badgering of, hey, this ugly feeling that they're entitled, and restaurants are short staffed, and I brought this up, and I'm going to bring it up again because it's so important to me. There's a 16-year-old on social media. I don't know if anybody saw her, who worked at McDonald's, and they were short staffed. The girl was the cashier, 16 years old, and she posted this TikTok video of after work, and the girl's in tears saying, "I'm taking your money, I'm packing up your food, and you're screaming and cursing at me." And it's like, those things are so unacceptable. This 16-year-old girl who doesn't know how to deal with anything like this and has to go through this crap. I mean, and then you see signs being held up, hey, give us a break, hey, do this. And I get the whole dining has been much different than it's ever been for our consumer. And again, I think we as hospitality people need to pivot now because we've been kicking people out. They've been sitting down. You can't get up. Put your mask on. Blah, blah, blah. And I get it. I get all that. And the hospitality end of what we have been trained to do for years has kind of gone out the window a little bit. We kind of forgot about the hospitable part of what we're here to do. And, we need to make that pivot to where we need to have that good experience back. But do they deserve to be treated this way? You guys are in it. I mean, tell me about so do you have people who, because I know you do, I know you have people who still treat you rude and really push the envelope with you.
I mean, in that sense, it's totally different. Okay, I can take it. That's fine. I mean, a 6-year-old girl working at McDonald's.
Are you kidding
I
me?
mean,
are you kidding?
That's ridiculous. But yes, it's different for you. It's totally different for us also. We can't serve you in the same way that we did before. We can't do anything in the same way that we did before.
Yeah.
We're also not used to this. We're also learning, adapting, and trying to do the best that we can within our limitations. So for you to come in and not be half an ounce of understanding, because there's still also plenty of people that have not gone out there, still staying home, they're not in restaurants and stuff
Absolutely.
like that. The people that are coming out, you would think that at this point you would maybe half understand that we're learning here too. We're doing the best we can. Servers, bartenders, and everybody's taking on twice the workload to make half the money. And we're doing our best, but this is a learning experience for all of us. This is totally different for all of us. I understand that you come in and you're looking for experience and you want a good experience every time. I want to give you a good experience every time. Sometimes things I can't foresee. I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know the kitchen was going to back up. I didn't know the place was going to get packed out. I didn't know we were going to have a line this long. I didn't even know that you were coming.
Yeah. And you know what? What we're going through right now probably will never happen again for another 100 years. But where the form of dining and hospitality has changed so dramatically that it's sad that there's no understanding to, hey, listen, I'm doing my best that I can. Hey, I'm doing, we can't get the employees. And, Mare, I think you know that feeling too, because we all need employees. And now everything's expanding. We're ready to open. There's going to be no time limits now, and we can go till 2, 4 in the morning now.
When? It's still 12 o'clock.
May 31st.
Yeah, May 31st.
Oh, May 31st? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the restaurants can't staff themselves now, and now every place that can be open till 4 have to staff it, but there's no one to work. So how are you supposed to stay open until 4 in the morning if you don't have anyone to work? Because the people that were working till 4 in the morning are now working the day shifts.
Right.
You can't expect someone to work a 17-hour day and still be happy, shiny sparkle pants while they're, expected to give you the best service.
We have 2 people right here who are working those hours right now, and it's now it's extended to 2.
Oh,
I mean, I think 4 o'clock is not going to happen.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Not now.
Okay, so
Guys, as of May 31st, there are no restrictions.
Yeah.
Everything is moving away.
Yeah.
Nice.
We are sitting in a position right now it's very untenable for us because we've been sitting in this really stuck position for X amount of months, and now we have to go about and renew all of the things that we were doing before. And I know for us with Meetball, we're going through massive changes in how we're going about our business, but God, how do we make that change? That's very difficult.
And even and I think everybody can vouch. And I'm not sure how it is in Patchogue, but even the change to 12 o'clock, people were leaving at 11. The place was emptying
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
It was almost like our diners,
it's
Well,
nice.
the
that's
public.
that's my
Yeah,
my
but
point.
They're
So my
big
point.
business owners.
So but my
you
point
guys are
is.
working past midnight. I'm sorry, Frank.
No, go ahead.
Nothing good happens after midnight.
That's my point. So
you know, somebody that wants to promote a 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, if they're grandfathered in and being allowed to have, and I can point out some of these places, and have I gone to them? Yeah, but I'm a little bit older. I just turned 40. But yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Wait.
But
You're taller than me.
Listen,
You are
nothing. What was this?
so but I'm saying
Kitchen at 2 o'clock.
that's what I'm saying. So what are you guys actually?
Thank you.
So here's my question, and I had a problem with it. My partners after 2 o'clock.
Wait, they don't know, but Frank was opening a
All right,
restaurant
hold
like
on.
a couple of segments ago.
Okay.
So after 2 o'clock, from 2 o'clock to
What the fuck happened?
I'm in it right now.
You gotta watch the last episode.
Yeah.
Is this it?
no.
We did the-
I got a pulled pork recipe that would be perfect.
No. So my point is from 2 to 4. What are you actually ringing?
Trouble.
Yeah.
Well, not for nothing, guys. I mean,
But that's my point. So what's the point of saying open?
There's a conversation we've had in senior management meetings with Meetball Place, and we've had it with junior management meetings as well. What do we want? What is our customer base? How do we go about finding how we're going to drive more revenue? I hate to say this, guys. This is a business. As much as we love it, we all and everyone in this room. I don't know you, Kelsey. I know you. You're 5. But I tell you right now, we all know how this works out. We care for our customers, and we know that every customer that walks in spends X amount of money. Okay? So, do we need 800, 1,000 customers in our place in a day, or can we find a better class of, when I say a better class, a different customer who's spending more money every time they walk in the door, and do we need to stay open till 4 o'clock? And I'm going to wait for Diane to answer this question, because I know she wants to answer this.
I don't think we need to stay open to a 4 because anything after 2 is bad news.
Right. Exactly.
But
I wanted way more than that.
no.
Guys,
I'm saying.
our industry spent an entire year going to bed at 10 o'clock. So now we push it to 11. Okay, it worked. Push it to 12. Everybody was leaving at 11:15.
Anyway,
We
it's
go
beautiful.
back
It's
to
a
4 in the
beautiful
morning.
thing.
Nobody is prepared for it. The staff isn't prepared. The managers aren't prepared. The guests are not prepared because everyone shifted and everyone started day drinking. And then the day drinking took over for the night drinking, and now we're going to go back to late night. But it took a year for everyone to acclimate to the last change. How long is it going to take for people to acclimate to the new change? And is it worth staying? Is
Let's
it
see
worth it?
what this seismic shift will do. COVID has changed our world, everyone in here, dramatically. In the most uncertain industry in the world, a place where 9 out of 10 restaurants closed in the first 3 years, we are now dealt with the most dynamic change we've ever seen. And none of us can sit there and go, okay, I completely understand how to attack this. We have seen a change in how people dine, how people drink, how people go out. It's going to be very interesting. And to be honest, we're all, when I say we all, I'm talking about the Meetball Place people. Guys, we're all very lucky that we have a very supportive ownership group who sat there and said, listen, we're going to stand by you for the next period of time. Okay? And we're going to let this thing play itself out. Okay? We don't know. I've been in this industry for 20 plus years. I have no fucking clue what's next. All we can do is sit together and try to find the change. Okay? It's gonna happen. We need another year to figure that out. And it sucks and it's horrible. And I have to sit there and look at Joe and Ralph and all the rest of them and say, guys, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew.
I know.
Yeah.
It's easy.
You fucking know.
We figured it fucking out.
But wait, I have to tell you.
Anybody here bartend?
Are
Am
you-
I the only?
Are you really? No,
you
they're
guys
all
are
bartenders.
They're all bartenders.
Are you really 40? Are you really 40?
March 8th.
And can we
I
use
turned 40.
senior a
It's
little less?
unbelievable. I know the secrets of the
Jim.
future. I know it
could the
I can
pandemic?
Right.
shed light on it real quick.
Well,
we could touch
well, let's,
on that later,
let's
but
just
I'll
sum
give
this
it
up
to you.
real quick because you know what, guys, I appreciate everybody coming down, and we could go on for hours with this whole thing and the pandemic, and it's really rough. Thank you very much, Mare, Diana, Steven, Ruby, Kelsey, who came in late,
I had so much to say.
Tom Fazio, Tom
Talk
Graf.
about it.
Guys, really appreciate you coming down for 86 this, but guys, it's time to 86 this.
Yes.
All right.
That's all right.